Buff Entertainment. Today I'm here with Josh, and we're going to be talking about robots.
Yeah, today's topic, or today's video is just all about robots.
Yep, robots in media, from movies to video games to maybe comics, if we're feeling wacky.
But
we're going to talk about robot inventors right now.
Yeah, like Dr. Eggman or Dr. Robotnik, whichever one you want to call him.
Those two. That's basically like having two names. Like, Josh and...
Joshua.
Yeah, like that. That's like two different names, basically.
Or it's like those nicknames where it's like your real name is like James, but your friends call you like Ron or whatever. Like those weird nicknames that just don't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean, for Eggman, I could see, he looks sort of like it. Like, he's kind of like, he's got that ovalish egg shape, like a sideways egg.
Yeah, but anyway, he created
a lot of robots. It's actually
a lot.
A lot of people sometimes forget that that's what Eggman is. He's an inventor. That's it.
Yeah, he's like, he has like a really high IQ.
And he's also insanely rich. Like, I'm talking.
Yeah.
The amount of stuff he builds is crazy.
He's built like 3 Death Eggs at this point.
Yeah, he's built planet-sized lasers.
Yeah, that literally just go onto the moon and just blow it up.
It's crazy. Robotnik is insane.
Yeah. Now onto more robots. There's the Iron Giant.
A classic. To anyone who hasn't seen the Iron Giant, you are missing out. Absolutely.
Because it's a great movie. It's very emotional.
It's such a good movie. I would say probably the best animated movie that I've ever seen. It's also one of the few movies that blends a 2D animation and 3D animation.
Pretty well.
Yeah. Most people don't know this, but the Iron Giant is actually a 3D model in a 2D art style.
Which, I mean, makes sense when you look at,
concept
the movie
art and like the background characters. Like, it's really like, if you're not looking for it, it's really seamless. But when you are paying like close attention, you can sort of see that it doesn't really work the same way like the other animated characters work, like the humans and how the backgrounds look. But it looks really good. And honestly, Iron Giant is like one of those movies that I would say rivals most modern movies. I wouldn't say it's like Spider-Verse levels good.
Oh yeah, it's not like Into the Spider-Verse or
Across the
Spider-Verse like good, but it's
Spider-Verse's art style is so special and unique.
And the animation is just so crisp and clean that
it's magical.
Yeah.
But the Iron Giant is just such a, I don't know how to describe it. It's such a good
It's movie. A hood classic. It is a certified hood classic.
That's probably the best way I could describe it, actually. Honestly, man, Iron Giant's probably like... Honestly, man, most movies probably take inspiration from the Iron Giant.
I mean, yeah.
Like, a great example would probably be The Wild Robot. That feels very much like an Iron Giant,
as movie. Yeah.
I would probably say that in terms of movies, The Wild Robot is probably the new Iron Giant, for me, at least.
Yeah, which I mean makes sense from all the media I've seen with The Wild Robot.
Yeah, The Iron Giant was like my favorite movie, and now I honestly got to say The Wild Robot has probably taken its place.
Which makes sense.
Yep. Anyway, that's about all the time we have for this segment. When we tune in next time, we will be talking about movies. Welcome back to Buff Entertainment. Today we'll be talking about The Wild Robot.
And how great of a movie it is.
It's honestly so good. We're going to put a big spoiler warning for both Wild Robot and Transformers 1.
Because we'll be talking about Transformers 1 later.
Yes.
But for right now, The Wild Robot.
So good. Honestly,
great movie.
If you've not seen it, you need to see it.
You need to see it.
Right.
It is so good. Like, top 5 movies.
Honestly,
it's definitely going to win, like, some award.
It should win some award. It was really good. It deserves to win an award. Iron Giant got shafted for its awards.
Don't worry, it's gonna. Oh yeah, this movie deserves an award, dude. I cried 5 times watching the movie.
I cried once, but that was because.
Yeah, you read the book.
Anyway, fun fact about the ending of The Wild Robot. I'm not gonna spoil it yet because we're not there yet in the podcast.
Yeah.
The ending scene is actually a reference to a hand-drawn image from the second book, the beginning of the second book. Of course.
Yeah.
So. If you read the first book, then read the second book, you'll know the scene when I'm talking
about. Yeah, if you're a nerd and read books.
I'm going to be honest right now, Doug. You're missing out if you haven't read the books as well. The books are great. The movie is also so good. They change a lot, of the Wild Robot, the movie compared to the books, but I feel it's really good.
Oh yeah, like that one scene, the trailer scene where it's like, I am the wild robot.
That's not in the books, but also
Yeah, that's not in the books.
that's really funny because it has the same energy of it's morbid time or
Yeah, it's like that one scene that's supposed to be like memed on, or just like every like climax of like a kids or superhero movie where it's like, I am blank.
or it's one of those scenes that they really I could really encapsulate the whole movie in just one sentence, and there's
Yeah.
I really loved when the wild robot said, "I am
I'm the wild robot," and started wilding all over the place.
which is exactly how the ending goes. That's it, like
Yeah, that's literally how the ending goes.
it's so wild, it's crazy.
I'm gonna kill you for that. I'm probably gonna need to cut that out. Anyway,
Anyway, but that movie is great. Honestly, I love it
Yeah.
so much. It is probably my favorite movie.
it's definitely top 5 for me because I like a lot of more action-based movies. But it is a great movie. It's definitely top 5.
Oh yeah.
Maybe even top 3.
Honestly, yeah. It's just so good.
It is a
love
great movie.
It's truly a wonderful movie.
Anyway, on to what it's about.
Yes.
So a robot just like crash lands on an island.
More like washed ashore on an island.
I mean, yeah. Well, yeah, it more washed ashore than anything.
Yeah.
Starts walking around all over the place, learning how to speak animal.
Yeah. Eventually, kills a goose.
A goose
family of geese. And
Yeah,
ends
and
up finding an egg.
yeah,
And
a Ryan Gosling, if you will.
What's funny is that I don't think Ryan Gosling voices the Gosling, which is ironic. They should have had that.
Oh yeah, that would have been so
That would
funny.
be funny. Fun fact: Pedro Pascal's in the movie. You won't ever find out it's him until you actually listen through.
Who was he? Don't
He
think
was the Fox.
he was a fox, really?
Yeah, he was the main character. He was Fink.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't. It's
That's
funny.
crazy.
You cannot tell any of the celebrity voice actors at all. Like you cannot tell that they were celebrity voice actors. They just play the roles so well. You can't even tell it's them.
Yeah.
Who's the guy who played Luke Skywalker?
Luke Skywalker.
Mark Hamill, I think.
I think. I'll check. Hold on.
I'm pretty sure it's Mark
Continue talking while I
Anyway,
look this
you
up.
would never guess who Mark Hamill played in that movie unless you were paying close attention. Pedro Pascal was like, "Whoa, that's Pedro Pascal. That's wild. I didn't even know he was the Fox until in the credit showed he was the Fox." Not Mark Hamill. I didn't even know Mark Hamill was in the movie until I saw the credits. I was like, "Whoa, Mark Hamill played the bear? What? It was wild. I honestly didn't expect that. That was crazy. That came out of nowhere."
Yeah, Mark Hamill.
Yeah, so the voice actors do a great job of portraying the characters so well.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can never tell it was them.
Mm-hmm.
It's great, honestly. The Wild Robot is such a banger DreamWorks movie.
Oh yeah, it's a great movie and it's very emotional. And it's a kids movie. And kids movies are supposed to be all right.
Yeah, it's meant to be like a Minions or like a Despicable Me 1.
Yeah, which Despicable Me 1
Was good.
that was a banger
That was
movie.
a banger movie. The second
was
one
a-
was pretty mid, though.
The second one wasn't as good as the first one, but it was still okay, yeah, this was actually kind of good.
The main
And then the
villain-
third one, and then the fourth one.
I've not watched the fourth
Oh
one.
yeah,
I
did you
don't
know
watch it.
the main villain of the third one is Eric Cartman, or it's one of the creators of South Park.
Matt Stone or Trey Parker? Which one?
I think it's Trey Parker that plays Balthazar Brat. That's the villain's name.
I know, but just imagine Trey Parker playing that. That's fun. That's funny.
It is pretty funny.
I'm gonna be honest. This Despicable Me 2 was mid, but we're not talking about Despicable.
Yeah,
We're talking about DreamWorks and the Wild Robot and how much of a banger it is.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, whenever DreamWorks is adapting a book, they
It's
not miss.
so good.
Dude,
Like
they
the
adapt-
Captain Underpants movie,
banger. They even
absolute sleeper
Got, they even
movie.
got Weird Al to do the sound.
The ending credits for it. I know that because I listened to a mix of Weird Al, and then I just heard the Captain Underpants closing theme, and I was like, wait,
He did that.
and it's so fitting.
I know, and it's so good too, which is insane to see.
Yeah, and I think they set up like a sequel or something, but it never came to be because they adapted it into an alright TV show that like nobody watched.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. In terms of TV shows, there's like only,
DreamWorks.
They have only one good TV show, and it's the Boss Baby TV show.
And it's only like the first 2 seasons.
Well, I stopped watching it the first 2 seasons. I don't know if the second 2 seasons are any good, but for a total of 4 seasons.
That's still a pretty good runtime.
Yeah, and for the concept of it being the Boss Baby.
Which is yeesh. Like the first movie was alright, but then you get to the second movie and it's like ugh. But yeah, the only reason the first movie is alright is because of the memes.
The memes.
The meme potential.
I'm gonna be honest. The meme potential. Alec Baldwin Baby is probably the most memeable part of that movie.
Oh yeah.
But that's really about it. That's kind of where it dies.
Oh yeah.
The meme potential. Now, other adaptations that are coming out is the
Dogman.
Yep.
So that's you bet your sweet bippy that's gonna be a
oh my god,
a banger.
Ed, Ed and Eddie callback. That's so wild. We're so relatable. We watched Ed, Ed and Eddie at one point, maybe like 2 episodes at most, but like.
Ed, Ed and Eddie was good.
Okay,
I
Ed
did
and
like
Eddie
it.
was good. Honestly, the way they ended it with a movie. Honestly, classic cartoons just ending their shows with like a finale movie. Just a
Yeah,
banger.
it's great.
And those movies usually were the best. Like the Ed and Eddie movie, so good.
Oh yeah.
God.
Yeah, but that was like the early 2000s, like
I know.
90s
Early
trend.
2000s had like such good stuff. You know. But that's unrelated. What we're
Yeah.
talking about is DreamWorks adaptations being so good. Honestly, man, DreamWorks is so good at being inconsistent. Like they'll
Yeah.
release Boss Baby, Trolls 3.
Yeah, Trolls 2 and 3, which were like all right,
I'd say bordering bad. almost.
bordering bad, but they're only bordering bad and not bad because they had some pretty decent meme potential.
Singing Killed My Grandma.
Yeah,
that
Singing
one.
Killed My Grandma.
The
That
first movie just wow. Just
Yeah.
straight into it. I mean, no, like,
no lead up, no leeway. Well, no, there was a lead up to it, but
But like singing
Killed
My
My Grandma.
is not something you'd expect to hear from a DreamWorks Trolls movie.
or like a kids movie.
Yeah, so you
Like,
don't go into,
well, a kids movie made at like that time.
yeah, like you don't expect to go into like Sponge Out of Water and hear SpongeBob say, "My grandma's dead because I was singing the Krusty Krab theme song." It's like
Yeah,
that's not.
yeah, because apparently, like,
He was singing, something. I need you now or something. As I don't remember the song, 'cause it's a total eclipse.
Wait a
of
minute.
heart.
which movie was it? The SpongeBob one?
The Sponge Out of Water or the more recent SpongeBob one?
No, not the more recent one. No, not the ones that suck.
The good one? That was just called the SpongeBob movie.
Okay,
They just
okay. So
called-
you're talking about the superhero one. Okay,
Yeah.
that one was all right. I did like it.
I don't know. The superhero thing was like really
It was random and it didn't play a part till the end.
like the last 10 minutes, which kind of
Yeah.
sucked.
But it was a pretty cool movie.
I guess, yeah. The
I mean,
middle
yeah.
part was like probably the best part, but mainly
Yeah.
because it made no sense. Like space
It was just-
magic wizard dolphin, what? And then
It was basically just a fever dream.
yeah.
That was what the
But
movie
yeah,
was.
DreamWorks, once again, back to the DreamWorks'
Yeah.
inconsistency. They would drop Trolls, Boss Baby, a mid Puss in Boots movie. Then
Whoa, hold on.
the first one was mid.
The first one was all right, but then the second one
was
came.
just
great.
Where did they get the source material? Because that wasn't there in the first one. I mean, it was kind of there in the first one, but
But again, the first one was like made in like early 2010s.
yeah, so they're still trying to follow like their popular trends of like, oh, we could try and make this like Shrek.
Or making it like a heist.
Heist movies were so common. Why was it a heist movie of all?
And then the Garfield movie was technically a heist movie.
Okay, stealing a dog from a corrupt, greedy business guy because the dog just happened to dance because he likes dancing.
No, not that one.
Which one?
I'm talking about the newer one.
There's a newer one?
Yeah, you didn't see the newer
I
one?
did not see the newer one because it had Chris Pratt as Garfield. That's not...
Which is so stupid because Chris Pratt literally plays everything. He did play a good Mario though.
Debatable.
He
Chris
did
Pratt-
do a good Mario.
Chris Pratt is not my Garfield, though. That will always be Bill Murray. Bill Murray is my Garfield.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I want to go to the Mario movie now because I want to rewatch that because that came out like a year ago.
Yeah. Anyway, But yeah, no, DreamWorks just drops the most inconsistent movie, then follows it up with a banger like Last Wish, and it's like, wow, that's really good. And then they drop the most mid-bordering bad movie I've ever seen, My Life as a Teenage Kraken.
I mean, that movie was alright. I didn't see a lot of marketing for it.
The thing was like pure mid, insane mid. I honestly don't know why they made that. Like, it was a good concept,
Oh yeah.
but they didn't do jack with it at all, except
Yeah.
for the ending, and it was like, all right.
It was like the Sponge Out of Water movie, but without the good parts
No,
to lead
I
up till the end.
I wouldn't say it was like a Sponge Out of Water movie. I'd say it was like a really bad adaptation of like a teenage coming of age story,
Yeah.
which I don't know how you messed that up. Even Bumblebee didn't mess it up, and that movie was like.
That movie was alright. Anyway, now on the topic of Bumblebee, let's shift
Whoa,
over to.
1 second,
Okay, one more thing.
because you know what came after My Life as a Teenage Kraken? Was
The Wild Rose.
Robot. Yeah.
So yeah, DreamWorks just has the most inconsistent like releases. But now onto the topic of Transformers 1.
Transformers 1 had the worst marketing I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, it had abysmal marketing, but but once you see the movie, it's actually kind of good. Like
yeah,
it's not like Wild Robot levels of good.
It's like a
but
it's like a 7.5 if I'm being
I
honest.
would say as a Transformers fan, it's like an 8.5.
I would give it an 8, being super generous, but if I'm being brutally honest and including every harsh criticism I have, it's a 7.5.
Oh yeah.
It's a good movie. It's just some of the moments don't make a lot of sense. Like,
Yeah.
well, it does the emotional bits really well.
Oh
but
yeah,
then
showcasing like Optimus,
Optimus and,
or
like,
Orion and
D16.
yeah, D16's like friendship. Oh my god, that's so good.
Oh my gosh.
But then
They include like, my finger can transform. Guess which one?
but that was actually pretty funny. You wouldn't expect that in a kids movie.
Okay, that was kind of funny. And then for Optimus to get fucking just domed.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was pretty funny
That was
too.
hilarious. I loved that. That was probably that made the joke.
Oh yeah,
kind of
and the meme potential of the movie with them just
Insane.
constantly shouting minors
oh my gosh.
at like the first half of the movie.
Yeah. Miners. Oh my god, look at the miners in the race.
There's minors in the race.
There's miners in the race. Guys, check it out. There's 2 miners in the race.
It's so stupid.
Oh, and-
Because you watch it once and then you're like, man, that was a great movie. I want to watch it again. And then you like scroll through TikTok and find memes about it. And then you watch it again and you just can't take it seriously.
I couldn't take it serious the first time because of all the minor usage.
I saw some of the memes, but then I completely forgot about it. And then I went and saw the movie. And I was like, man, that was a great movie. And then I went back and saw some of the memes, and I just remembered parts of the movie, and I died laughing.
Oh man, one of the downsides of things, they didn't utilize Starscream enough. He definitely deserved more screen time. The voice actor for Starscream was so good.
Oh yeah, the voice actor for Starscream was really great.
He killed it. I honestly want more of him. I hope they make a sequel. I hope they get like 3, 4, maybe 5.
But
movies.
also another thing was they underutilized Soundwave and Shockwave
True.
in the movie. They were just like background, like, hey, we'll help you out.
They introduce them. They don't use them. But honestly, I feel like that's better because then they can get more screen time in like the sequels.
Yeah, if there are sequels.
I hope there are
Which will be
sequels.
called Transformers 2.
Oh my gosh. No way.
But yeah, on the topic of it's Shockwave. Shockwave he's committed so many war crimes.
Oh, honestly, man.
In the comics,
he is a violent
sociopath.
he's also a very evil scientist. Like, I'm talking, he did experiments on his fellow Transformers.
Yeah, he
experimented on animals. But the thing
let's
about
see.
his animals, he actually cares about them in a sick, twisted way.
Yeah.
Sort of like how Dr. Michael Morbius cared about his friend, but wanted to kill him. Like, let's be clear. Morbius wanted to kill his friend. He was going to kill
Oh,
his
yeah.
friend. Like, he wanted to save him. But once his friend became a vampire, he was gonna kill him. He was absolutely
Oh, yeah.
And then he ended up killing him. But, honestly, Transformers 1 was so good, so much better than what I expected.
Oh yeah.
There's just no other way to put it. It's a good movie that you should watch.
Yeah, it's a good movie, and
It's
for a
not-
kids movie, it's a good movie.
Yeah, it's not as good as The Wild Robot.
Oh yeah, that's like top 5, top 3.
That's like a 10 out of 10. Deserves like an Oscar or something.
Yeah, but Transformers 1 is an objectively, good movie.
It's a great movie. Honestly, the final fight scene between Optimus and Megatron is so
Great.
good.
And then their relationship, and you can see them,
You know.
and you can see just Megatron change over the movie. It's great.
I'm
It's
just gonna-
great pacing.
I'm just going to quote from the Bible. You could see the moment his heart hardened. And another day passed, and his heart hardened. Another injustice committed, his heart hardened.
Exactly.
You could see Megatron fall from grace and become a villain. You could see Optimus become a leader, though, and it was so good seeing how they became the people that we know them all. We all know Optimus and Megatron.
Yeah, it was great story progression.
It was so good.
Unlike like most things nowadays, where it's like an instantaneous switch.
Yeah.
Like in I think it was the Obi-Wan show where like that Inquisitor chick was like, oh yeah, I just like murdered thousands,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then it's
I
like,
nearly killed
oh
a
wait,
I
oh
nearly
wait,
killed a child.
oh wait, I feel like being good.
Yeah, it was such a weird switch up because like she almost killed children, nearly wiped out a village, nearly killed I want to say it was Luke. They almost killed. I don't even.
No, I don't think it was Luke.
I don't think that. But she almost killed someone, and almost killed Kenobi. And then she switches up at the end and is expected to be redeemed as like some sort of hero. It's like no.
Yeah, there's no
nearly-
instantaneous switch. You got to build it up.
Yeah, not even Vader got that type of instantaneous switch. His build up was pretty good,
And his build up into like his
and his redemption.
like Anakin going to like
The dark
the dark side and becoming Vader, that's like a great progression.
And then his redemption in not the last. It's the.
No, because Vader always wanted to betray Palpatine. He
Always.
always did.
That was like something that even in the extended universe, that's something that is always built up. Like
Yeah,
Vader-
like in the Force Unleashed games.
Oh yeah.
Where
he trained Starkiller, and
Yeah.
Starkiller is like his whole plan. Like I have a Padawan now. I'm about to betray Palpatine.
And he even told him like, "Hey, we're going to betray Palpatine."
We're gonna kill him. And then when they try to kill him, it doesn't go well because Vader is a coward. He backed down and said, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah, and then you
Star-
beat him up,
And
and
then
then
Starkiller kicked his ass, and then in the bad ending, Starkiller tries to kill Palpatine. And Palpatine absolutely floors this man. Like, it isn't even close. He gets absolutely brutalized. I'm talking, I've never seen that level of disrespect from anybody, let alone a Sith. It was crazy. Not even Count Dooku did that much disrespect to Kenobi and Luke. Well, actually,
or Anakin,
I mean, yeah, Anakin.
Kenobi, and Anakin.
Actually, you know what? I take it back. Anakin got the worst. Anakin got absolutely disrespected.
Oh, yeah.
Kenobi, however, he got off light.
Oh yeah, Kenobi got off light, but then Anakin. Oh god, Anakin.
Lost his hand. Got a pillar dropped on him.
Also, probably like
Yeah.
forced him to like switch sides or like consider it.
I'm gonna be honest. But yeah,
And also, didn't Anakin like take Dooku's lightsaber and just flat out decapitate him?
oh yeah, Anakin's get back was insane. He absolutely got Dooku back for that missing hand incident.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no. But anyway, back to Transformers 1 being
Great
such a
movie.
banger. It's good. It's a really good movie. I feel people should watch it, despite the
Yeah.
trailers portraying it to be absolute mid.
Yeah.
Maybe even a solid 3 out of 10.
Oh yeah.
It's not. It's a 7.5, maybe an 8 if you're super generous and actually
Mhm.
like it. It's a good movie. I honestly hope they get sequels because it was great.
Oh yeah, it was great. It was a great movie, and especially for a kids movie, which are known to
Be mid.
Yeah.
Like,
And these are two kids movies that are like actually like you can watch it as an adult and like still like
you could feel that your time was not wasted. You could.
yeah.
You will get
Unlike The Boss Baby.
Oh. Okay. Even as a kid, I still felt like my time was being wasted with the Boss Baby. Like I watched it and I was like,
Oh yeah.
I didn't enjoy that. I did not enjoy that.
I mean, when I was a kid, when I first saw it, I liked it, but again, I was still a kid.
When I was like, I think I was like 12 when I watched it. I still felt like my time was being wasted.
Well, you're a little more developed when you're 12
Okay,
than like
Sneeko.
because let's see, when did it come out? Because I remember watching it like when it came out.
Okay, Mr. L. I saw the date released.
2017. That was 7 years ago,
Oh,
and we still haven't recovered from it. So yeah, I was like 8 or 9 when that came out.
I think I would have been 9 too. I don't remember. Being 12 was like a weird time for me.
Being 12 was a weird time for anybody. Anyway, so back to Transformers 1. It's better than some of the live action
Absolutely.
Transformers movies.
It's absolutely better than.
And
Michael Bay.
when-
It's better than the entirety of the Bayverse. I'm gonna be honest. I don't.
I mean, there are some good parts in the Michael Bay movies, and
But there's not
like the
enough-
way the Transformers look, they do look great.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. The CGI used in the Bayverse movies, so good. Honestly, I don't know how that CGI was so good for the time. It honestly was insanely good CGI.
Yeah.
We have not had that great CGI since. Honestly, the live actions have really fallen off in terms of how good the Transformers look in the real world.
Oh yeah.
The first three Michael Bays, they had like weight. You could feel the meaty punches, well, not metallic punches, the weight behind each strike. You could see when they flew and they crashed in the building. You could feel the gigantic,
Yeah, like the
power
shock
behind it.
waves.
You could feel it. It was great. It was wonderful. I did not feel that with Last Night or Rise of the Beast.
Yeah.
Mainly because those movies were mid as hell. I'm gonna keep it a buck. They
Anyway,
was bad.
also, something that's funny is Sentinel Prime
Is a traitor in both Transformers 1
in
and
any Transformers
media. He's always the
media.
He's always the traitor.
Which it makes sense. I mean, they want to kind of,
Keep it consistent.
keep things consistent, which I do like.
It's also pretty funny. I'm just saying, like, no matter where he is, he's always gonna stab someone in the back. For what reason? I don't know. Maybe because he just felt like it, or someone offered him a Quiznos sub.
Yeah.
Like, Sentinel, I want you to stab Optimus Prime in the back. How much?
I'll give you this like $10 Subway gift card.
Oh yeah.
Deal.
I'm sold. When do I start stabbing people in the back?
Yeah. It's so stupid.
I love it though. It's really
it
good
is.
characterization.
But but also Starscream is like known to be like a traitor.
Yeah,
as
but
well.
But he's too much of a coward to actually go through with it.
Oh yeah, unless he he's waiting for the perfect opportunity
Not
to
even
like.
that. Like even when he has the perfect opportunity, like multiple times in the Bayverse movies, he had the opportunity to. Actually, I think in the Bayverse movie, Starscream was a girl.
Nah.
No, I'm pretty sure Starscream was a girl in the Bayverse.
Nah, I gotta see this.
I'm pretty sure they were a woman.
Hold on, wait.
Like in other continuity, Starscream's a guy, but I'm pretty sure in the Bayverse, Starscream was a woman. Like I'm pretty sure. I'm not confident,
Hold on, wait.
but I'm confident enough to make that claim. Because they did look like a woman.
Okay, so I just found out one, and it was from like a thread back in 2009, and the question was Starscream a female, and it just says Starscream is all man. That's all it says.
Thank you for that conclusive evidence. They're all man.
But let's see.
I mean, a fighter jet is pretty manly. I will admit, fighter jets are pretty damn cool. I'm gonna be honest. Everyone should own a fighter jet. Fighter jets are awesome. Like they're expensive to fuel up.
Yeah, I'll have to see. But I remember Starscream actually like successfully took over because I think it was in like the comics or something.
Well, yeah.
He grabbed like a crown and like put it on his head, and he was like really powerful.
Yeah, I remember. But that was only because Megatron absolutely got whooped to the point where everyone thought he died. Because Optimus absolutely brutalized that man.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's
And then Starscream got like a huge ego.
and just took control. That's the thing about Starscream. He never will kill. He's loyal. He won't kill you. But the second you're gone, he will assume power. That's
Oh yeah, and he will say, "Yeah, he's kind of dead. No need to search for him." Like, sure, we saw him just fall off a cliff. Yeah, he could still be, but no, he's dead.
He probably died. But
Yeah.
overall, I think in terms of the two robot movies that came out this year. Both
Oh
were
yeah,
really good.
both are great.
Can't wait for the Dogman movie next year.
Yeah, which hopefully
Is a banger.
is a banger,
they
and
have-
it will.
I'm gonna be honest. The Dogman books really good. They honestly.
Oh yeah, they're great books.
Honestly, I feel like what they can do for them for the movie is really good. I feel like they have a lot of potential. I feel that it's going
Yeah.
to be... in my bones, I can feel that adaptation growing.
But I just don't. The one thing I didn't like about the trailer was Petey's voice.
I don't know.
I don't think it suits. I think it's more of like a Starscream voice
I don't know.
that would suit him.
I watched the trailer and I heard his voice, but I don't think we've heard enough to make a definitive judgment. Now,
Yeah.
Dogman's voice, perfect.
Oh yeah,
His voice actor is doing a great job.
playing a dog.
That doesn't talk. It's perfect. Honestly, I don't
Yeah.
think they could have casted a better person. I loved when they cast as Dogman.
Yeah, we loved it when was cast as Dogman.
Honestly, the vibes he brings to the character are so good. Honestly, I feel that was just the perfect fit for the role.
Exactly. But yeah, I just didn't like Petey's voice because he seems more of like, you know, not like that loud booming like leader, but he seems more of like Starscream where he's like very...
To be fair, from the comics, Petey has never been the loud booming leader like...
Yeah, and that's the reason why I say that. He's never been like that. He's always like that guy scheming in the corner.
He's the guy who you see in the corner of a party who's secretly planted like 5 different buckets of water above a door frame. Just
Oh,
waiting
yeah.
to open the door.
Yeah, like cartoon like he seems like the cartoon villainy, not like
I will beat you up. And you
or like Bane.
Yeah, he's no Bane. He's more of a Riddler.
Yeah, he's more of like the Riddler, and that's a great way to put it.
The Riddler.
Yeah, the Riddler. Anyway,
You know, I feel like we haven't heard enough his voice to make confirmed judgments, Josh.
yeah.
You're making too much of a harsh judgment so far. We only heard a little bit of his voice, but who
I
knows?
mean, yeah, but we'll wait until more trailers come out, and then we'll see.
Yeah. Anyway, that's about all the time we got for today. Thanks for tuning in. Can't wait to catch you in the next segment about robot video games.
Hey guys, what's up? It's been a while, but I'm back. My name's Jag, and I'm here with Malachi. We're gonna be talking about robots today. So, Malachi, what do you guys think about robots?
Oh man, robots are
Yeah.
like really cool, man. Especially in video games. For example, my favorite example of like a horror game with robots is either Terminator Resistance or Horizon Forbidden Dawn.
I never been like too familiar with like robot movies, but like I remember playing like Black Ops 3, and it was like mostly like a robotic setting. So I don't know too much about robots, but would you mind telling me something about them? Like some
Okay.
video games.
So Terminator Resistance is like a first-person shooter with you play as a resistance member fighting against the Skynet, which has a bunch of robots. Like there's T-800s, T-850s. There's also T-1000s. Those you fight just because they're attacking you, man.
Yeah.
And the whole plot basically sums around you trying to prevent this annihilation line from creeping in, which is essentially Skynet just wiping everything living out.
Oh, okay.
And they push that line up and wipe out more people.
So like Terminator, pretty much.
Oh yeah, it's just a Terminator game. It takes place before Terminator 1. It's basically
Oh.
the build up to that.
I got you. Yeah, I remember. I watched the like most recent Terminator movie. Well, it's not like recent, but like the newest one that came out. They had like it had like Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, obviously, but like I forgot what the name was, but it's like Terminator something.
It's like Dark Fate or something
Yeah.
like that.
That one was pretty cool, but like it was looking kind of confusing because like I don't know, like they're from the future or something.
It's like an alternate timeline thing because it's not Skynet. It's something called Legion, I think.
Oh, Legion.
Like it's because technically it takes place after Terminator 2, and since they succeeded in wiping out Skynet, a thing called Legion came in and sort of it was basically retconned everything that happened in Terminator 2 to like they may have technically won, but they didn't. It was really weird. I don't know why they did it. I don't know, just sort of made Terminator 2 feel redundant because they prevented Skynet but also didn't. I don't know.
I mean, I like low key like I just never like really like grew up with robots like that, but like maybe like I don't know if you ever played a game like Sonic the Hedgehog. They had like some like robots in there.
Yeah, Sonic the original Sonic the Hedgehog game, the first one.
Yeah, that's one.
Most of the animals are just
robots. Or like robots.
Most of them robots are put in like animals. Most of the animals are put in like robot suits as like captives. I never understood why that was the case. It just felt so weird, I guess. That's the only way I could describe it.
I mean, they had to make it more creative, I guess.
True. Anyway, guess what? We have a special guest, Braden, from the video game segment originally.
I don't play a lot of video games like that involve robots.
Yeah.
The few that I have is like Astrobot.
Astrobot, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like Astrobot. Astrobot's looking just like it just gives off that weird.
It
looks
was
weird.
fun. It wasn't Sackboy, but I played Horizon, Forbidden West, and until Forbidden Zero Dawn.
I got you. I mean,
And then I don't know if you thought about it, but FNAF is also kind of a robot game.
hey, we all been through that Final Fantasy phase. I don't want to. Like in 6th grade, like nah. When I was like in 4th grade, I was going through a Final Fantasy phase, bro. You ask me any question about Final Fantasy, I know it, bro. Nah, I still know it to this day. Don't play with me.
Let's see, I'm trying to think. Ratchet and Clank is also another pretty good robot game.
Oh, I thought that was mostly like a movie.
Ratchet and Clank. It's a.
I seen
What is Ratchet?
That movie was so. I'm not like trying to sound like a hater, but that movie was boring.
It was sort of Ratchet's sort of like a Fox thing. Sort. I don't know.
He's kind of like a fox, and then it just has like this robot that travels with him.
Clank. And then there's this dude. He was like green. He was like the good guy and bad guy at the same time from the movie. He was like, I forgot his name. It was like Mr. something. He was like big and green. He had a green suit.
I think he was voiced by Patrick Warburton in the movie. I don't remember.
I don't remember. Anyways, it was back to you. I just wanted to put that little bit of input on robots.
I got you.
But yeah, you know, video games have like honestly, robots are probably like the best character in video games. Like,
I mean, yeah, but like at the same time, I feel like it's also like basic in a sense. Like it's not a lot of creativity. Like, robots. Like they make like, like I won't say monsters, but like creatures or something. You feel me? Like, have you ever played Doom?
I've played Doom.
Like
Yes.
that, like creative, like stuff like that.
I don't know. I feel like robots can be done really well. Like the Portal franchise did robots incredibly well, being both the antagonist and at one point your ally. You know, Portal's robots were really creative. Like the turrets were alive and stuff. That was a really cool concept. In Doom, you know, their robots are more less robot, more cyborg. You know, half demon, half robot, which is pretty cool. Honestly, I feel like in terms of like games, Doom probably has like the most creative enemy roster of like enemies. Also, probably the most creative designs I've seen for like demons.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's robots. I mean, I've seen like in arcades, like the Terminator game.
Oh yeah.
Like you see in arcades and stuff.
Oh yeah,
that
the
game.
Terminator Salvation. It's like that arcade shooter.
Yeah. Like I'm not trying to say like it's boring, but like at the same time, to me, in my opinion, it low-key is kind of basic, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
There has been really good
arcade shooters like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, those on-rails arcade shooters, I've only seen a few good ones. One my uncle used to play was this game called Time Crisis. I don't remember much about it. I just remember being like a sort of about time travel a little bit. But outside of that, I just do not remember it that well. But it was an on-rails arcade shooter. Anything else to add?
I mean, I wish that if it was like, it's just a lot like Terminator, like they need to change it up a little bit, even though that's the main, like, I guess, idea of Terminator is like robots from the future or something, like taking over the world, but like at least like change it up, like add something new to it instead of just being
like,
just robots. Like that's why like the one you said, the newest one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, that one was. Well, I mean, they all had Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, but like that's the only one I remember. They changed it up a little bit, like adding like
Legion, which was like the weird nano machine thing, which I guess was a cool.
Which made it good.
I mean, debatably whether or not Dark Fate was good. I'd say it was an all right movie, all things
A
considered.
lot of people, I noticed that. Like I just remember a lot of people didn't like it. I don't know.
It didn't really do much. It just sort of felt like a retelling of like Terminator, but not good.
Yeah.
It just didn't really feel like a good Terminator thing. Like,
Well, it's for me, for my first time watching Terminator, like in a while, it was a really good movie. But a lot of people didn't like it, which I honestly don't really understand.
like compared to other Terminators, it just sort of felt like they were doing a Genesis again, which Terminator Genesis also wasn't the best because it felt like a retelling of Terminator 2, but worse. It was really weird. honestly, Terminator hasn't really felt like different. They haven't really done anything different. It's usually like, oh, we're gonna send a human back in time to fight a robot that was also sent back in
but
time.
it's also like almost every Terminator sequence, I guess you could say.
The only
It's-
Terminator that I feel like the only Terminator movie that I felt really changed up what they were doing was Salvation, since that one there wasn't like time travel. It's sort of not really. They talk about it like, oh, the Terminator's making something, the Skynet's making something that might be time travel. Oh, it's weird.
Yeah.
And it sucks that movie didn't perform that well because it was like a really cool concept showing like early
It sounds
stages of the resistance.
it sounds like a cool concept, but it's just also the production, I guess. The budget, they have to like make it in the budget they have.
The budget they had was good. It's just it didn't perform on the box office,
Nah.
which sucks because Salvation had plans for like a trilogy, which never really came through, which is unfortunate, but it's whatever. Well,
But I don't know when the next Terminator movie is gonna be out. To be honest,
I don't know either. I hope if whatever they decide to make, it's good. Hopefully, it ends the franchise. I really hope it ends because I don't think Arnie's gonna be able to do like movies in the next 10 years.
yeah.
Well, that's about all the time we have for this segment. Thank you for tuning in,
Thank you for tuning in. No, I'm Jay.
and I'm Malachi.